everyone! So I know it's been a really long time, like over a month since I've done a video, and I'm so sorry. I hope you all had an amazing January and a fabulous February and a happy Valentine's Day. And now it's March and I'm in a hotel room and y'all are probably wondering why. So this video is kind of going to explain my little hiatus and what you can expect from me in the future. I decided to quit the Disney college program after being there for only 10 days. Now, before anybody jumps to any conclusions, it had absolutely nothing to do with Disney or not liking it or not being happy there. I had an amazing 10 days. Well, in August, before I even thought about doing the Disney college program again, I had applied to a couple airlines to be a flight attendant. And one of the airlines, I had gotten through the phone interview process and they said they wanted a face-to-face, but then I didn't hear from them again until December. And they flew me to Charlotte, North Carolina for the interview and I got offered a position. But I didn't know when I was going to be training, when I would be starting or anything. So I kind of figured that I would just ask if I could start training after the Disney college program and it would be a win-win. I'd get to do both. And then, so I still, went down to Disney and everything. Before I even left, I found out when my training would be, and it was going to start February 10th, and it would be in Phoenix, Arizona. After I found that out, I just kind of thought that I would either push back my training, or that I would choose Disney over being a flight attendant, and that I could just reapply to be a flight attendant when I was done with Disney. And that's what I honestly thought I was going to do. I thought I would complete Disney and then go about my life. And it literally wasn't until a day or two before I actually left that I realized that I had to take this flight attendant position. And it hurt so bad. I was so torn about that decision. In the short time that I was there, I now have lifelong friends. Now back to the story. I went in to the Disney college program. I don't even know what it's called. I just know it's Building 21 in Vista Way. I forget even what exactly their department is. But they're basically the people that if you have any sort of questions or need help with anything regarding the DCP, you can go in and talk to them and you can get a cookie. I went in the day before I ended up leaving and I talked to them about the decision that I had made, and they realized how hard it was for me. And so one of the women took me into a slightly more private room and she sat me down and talked to me and just asked me to just tell her what was going on and what I felt like I wanted to do. And I told her, I was like, honestly, I want to stay here, but I don't want to miss out on this opportunity to be a flight attendant. And she was like a godsend. So she was talking to me and she's like, Disney's always going to be here. The opportunity to be a flight attendant, that's not, just whenever you want to go and do it, you go and do it. Whereas with Disney, I mean, they're not always hiring, but the opportunity will still be there for me in the future, essentially. But I'm hoping to be able to work seasonally, which just means you have to get in so many hours in the year. And it's amazing, and it was a crazy hard decision. And for anybody that wants to leave just because you don't like it, I urge you to please try to stick it out. Go and talk to somebody. Figure out ways that you can make the most of it even more. Because it's a lot of people would kill to be in your position. I realize it's not for everybody, and I realize that you might think it's for you before you get down there, and then you don't end up feeling like you belong. But just please think about it long and hard. If you do choose to self-term, you'll have to turn in your blue Disney ID to either your supervisor or somebody at Building 21 at Vista Way. You'll turn in your apartment key and your housing ID, and if you have a car, your car decal. And a little word from the wise: turn in your costumes before you turn in your company ID. From personal experience, it's very hard to return your costumes without your company ID, basically. I'll just leave it at that. The decision to do this, to be a flight attendant, over continuing my internship at Disney World, that it was easily the hardest decision of my life. I don't know anything that I've ever been. I can only think of one thing, which happened to me in August, but this was the hardest decision I've ever made, and there are still times now, after a month, that part of me regrets it and wishes that I was still down in Disney World. It wasn't the decision that I wanted to make, but it seemed like the decision that I needed to make, if that makes any sense. So what some of you guys might be wondering is what this means for my YouTube channel, as in regards to Disney and my future videos. So some of the videos that I have in mind for the future is, obviously they're not all going to be Disney, but I do still have a lot of, Disney college program ideas that I can do without actually being at Disney. Or when I go visit my old roommates and my guy friends, I can sneak in an apartment tour for y'all, and maybe show you some of the costumes and what I do in the parks when we go, or whatever we end up doing when I go visit. But then I'll also do just kind of generic videos, like a lot of the tag videos that float around YouTube, or a lot of videos that are kind of what I do on my layovers, and those are going to coordinate. I'm going to start working on my blog a little bit more. Those are going to coordinate with my blog. I'll do posts about where I go. So that's it. March 13th, I get my wings, which is really, really exciting. If you have any questions, please, please, please leave it in the comments below. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you want to, even though it was just me blabbling on about why I chose to be a flight attendant over the Disney College program. Follow me on my social media if you want. I'll leave the links below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see every time I post a new video about all the fun places that I'm about to be going. Yay! Until next time, bye! Mwah! Shout out to Vista 1006 and Vista 1610 and the other people that hang out with us. Y'all are amazing, and I cannot wait to come visit you. I love you all so, so much.